USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, starring Ian Pelham Turner and Helena CHARD. Brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence, Investors in People. This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes, building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we have evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show on ALB UK Television with me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And me, Helena CHARD.
So let's roll the titles and get on with this very moving show today. Well, this is the type of headline that's been coming out on our newspapers for the past few days. And Helena, wasn't it a shock? 6 o'clock Monday night,
it was,
and all hell broke loose.
It was absolutely a shock. I mean, you know, it's such a shame. It's like King Charles, and his long-awaited crowning glory, and everyone's so happy, and everyone's taken to him to heart. So I think to suddenly the whole world be told about the cancer diagnosis, it shocks everyone. Everyone knows someone who's got cancer, and it's moved everyone. And I think actually it's made people fonder of the royal family, I feel. But the one thing I would say is there's a lot of speculation, isn't there? A huge amount of speculation.
It's the rumour mill's gone into overdrive at the moment. And of course, Harry's back on the scene again. So
we heard that he was staying at St James's Palace. So I heard, but then heard he was staying in a hotel.
He's staying in a hotel.
So that's a shame. He spoke to his father for I think 30 minutes, and so they had a quick catch up. It seems a shame, but. Again, everyone's speculating and talking a lot, but it's just very much to allow the human side, the sort of natural, father-son thing to come out. The fact that he decided to jump on a plane is great. Fingers crossed.
But I mean, it's only a natural thing at the same time, and I think at the moment, I was talking last week about the Merry Wives of Windsor. And so I hopefully will bring up an image again that we showed last week of the Merry Wives of Windsor, because it's those Merry Wives of Windsor that are really the stalwarts at the moment of keeping the family going.
They are absolutely, and especially Queen Camilla. I mean, she's really stoic. I mean, what is she made of? Absolute tough stuff. She was opening up a cancer ward when she'd heard that Charles had cancer, and she, smiled away. She's professional to the last, and she's there to help him. But just, to remember, it's not just that. I mean, Prince William has started back at work today.
He's back
all
at work
normal
today.
Investitures, and a charity event tonight.
And
everyone.
Anne, my goodness, I mean, she's like road runner. I mean, she's coming around the country.
She is, but she always is, isn't she?
She did four events yesterday, all over the country. So
absolutely,
bless her heart.
But I think people are talking about council, councils of estate, and that's not needed. I think, I mean, King Charles absolutely is going to fight this, and he's going to be back, working with the public.
Absolutely.
Very
but
soon.
in the meantime, he's got his glamping project.
He has. I love this. I absolutely love this. So, and also it's called Experience Freedom Tents. Now, I have to say, I did have a little chuckle because it made me think of Prince Harry. Because you can imagine,
tent?
Him and Meghan coming to have a little, having to stay on the Sandringham estate in these tents, because they are glamping, so they're very special. They're for everyone to enjoy. I mean, there's safari tents, I think, and they've got like private verandas and built-in barbecues, and they're fit for a royal, so they're not just everyday ones. But it's what's important is also it's going to bring in money to the, money that well-deserved money. I think something like 5 million.
It's just,
in the year.
I just have this image of some Arabian sheikh turning up, expecting to have sort of like a Sahara type of event with these huge
great.
I mean, it's different.
I love it.
I don't know who's thought this one up, but it's different.
I think there's lots. I think I've got a feeling, and it's to do with all the properties, isn't it? But also there's so many things as well that are, going to auction. And one of the big things at the minute is the Range Rover. So the late Queen Elizabeth II's Range Rover.
And look at the price, £200,000. I don't think it costs. Well, I think she gets them free anyway. So.
No, over 200. It's nearer 220,000. But if it didn't have the Royal Association, it would be 5,000. So that's quite interesting.
I can imagine. And she always used to. She used to love driving. The car around the estate and so forth, and she loved driving herself. I mean, there were a number of stories of her sort of arriving back at Buckingham Palace late at night, just driving herself.
Yeah.
So,
I think what's special about this one is that Philip actually drove the Obamas in this one, so that's the main story attached to this one. So it's good. But also not to forget, today is the day at Bonham's that all the crown sets, costumes, all these wonderful things are actually up for auction. So I'm really excited to see how much things go for.
And I think we may be running a video as well,
shortly.
That's coming on there as well about what's going on. I mean, it's a short video, but...
but just to say the things that are there, you've got the coach, that's going for 30 to 50,000. You have the what's it, the dress, the dress, the Diana dress, what's it called, the something dress, I can't, and that's going for up to 12,000. Trying to think of all the things. There's the engagement ring, 2,000 to 3,000. Oh, I know, Kate's dress, when Prince William saw her on that fashion walk, that's going as well. But it's really exciting, and not to forget, it's actually been on a tour prior around New York, around Los Angeles, Paris, London, and this is actually ahead of the actual
and apparently
sale.
it's a free exhibition as well. That
it
people
was a free exhibition,
can actually go and still see it at the same time.
Gone.
So
but the revenge dress, that was it, the revenge dress.
It just goes to show at the moment, the royal family right across the world. I mean, we know it because we've been contacted by television channels right across the world again. It came into its own as well. So, I mean, and in a minute, we will be having Rebecca Lilly on, who's a fashion expert as well. She'll be just talking about sustainable fashion. So that's interesting to see at the same time. So what do you think? What do you think is going to play out now for the royal family?
I think everyone's going to keep their head down. People are obviously going the extra mile. King Charles is going to be furiously writing away and sorting through all his mail and keeping on top of all
hopefully
everything.
His pen works this time.
Yeah, and having his meetings with Rishi Sunak, that's going to go well because the one thing is he's waited so long and he wants to get well. Camilla's going to be there by his side. I see things going well. I do see things going well, but I do think also we have to be mindful that we've got to allow them to be. Also Kate Middleton, to remember that she's recuperating, and we wish everyone well. It is actually also, I think, National Cancer Month. Just thought I'd mention it because obviously that's the same thing that King Charles has spoken about, his cancer diagnosis, and obviously in situations like this, it's always very good to do that, and I'm sure there's lots of people now looking out for themselves.
And how we feel sorry for Camilla as well, because she visited a cancer charity the other day, and she obviously knew that Charles had cancer as well, and
she
didn't know what to say.
But great. I mean, and also they're thinking about how she turned up, and she's incredibly engaging, Camilla. She really is a lovely woman, and her kindness shines through. And I think the whole ethos of kindness in times like this in anybody's life. That's all what we've got to remember and
absolutely
to carry.
Well,
people.
we must just take a short break now, and then we will have Rebecca Lilly on, this wonderful fashionista. Stay tuned. And now I want to introduce the most remarkable fashion espionista that I know of. She's wonderful, Rebecca Lilly. She's outrageously intelligent as well. Yay. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. What an extraordinary welcome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, lovely to see you, Rebecca.
So, Rebecca, tell us a little bit about your background in fashion.
So actually, I started out in fashion doing voluntary showroom assistant work and helping out at London Fashion Week voluntary, and that's what I would encourage people to do if they haven't gone to London College of Fashion and got a route in like that. So I started about 10 years ago. I was very kind of like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and really excited to just be a part of Fashion Week, and I just loved learning all about the clothes and being backstage as well.
Rebecca, last time I bumped into you and we were at an event, and it was a charity event, and you were wearing the most stunning dress, I have to say. You looked beautiful, and I could see then that you really love fashion. I know that you've done some articles, sort of written some blogs, and it's to do with the future of design and fashion. So it was from now and in the future, and you have an interest in, is it almost just, is it for social media, or are people dressing up? What are people doing within fashion? I'm interested in that concept.
Yeah, so I think what I was trying to say is a lot of the current trends into 2024 are about kind of digital and AI robotic models on the catwalk even. And so what I was saying is, what is the role of fashion in 2024? Is it just about sustainable clothes and making sure that we're helping the environment? Or, why did fashion begin? So it began with people exploring a style identity, showing their class or showing, their background. So what is going to happen with this AI as robots? Will we keep our style identity, or is it all for the facade of social media? So that's what I really like exploring. What is the purpose of fashion? How does it, do people like who say they're alternative and go with kind of alternative clothes, how are they maintaining their uniqueness with the kind of pressures of social media as well? And I think that, the beauty of fashion is its statement, it reflects your personality. As you walk into the room, it gives you, as I said, a style identity, but will that be lost in a digital age?
And Rebecca, first of all, I know that you promote fashion. How can people get in contact with you?
My styling business, Passage to Poise, they can direct message me or my team of 5 women who I'm going to do a little shout out for because they're amazing entrepreneurs. We've got Shakira, she does a lot of the blogging and photography. We've got Julia, the makeup artist, and also organises the hair. And we have Tarina, who owns her own PR firm, and Melissa, who's the creative director now. So Passage to Poise, you can DM any of the people who work with me, or you can contact directly. Their Instagrams are there.
Something that interests me, and it's something that came out, obviously, we're royal experts, and recently Princess Anne, Princess Royal, that's it, she is always seen on military duty when she's wearing her suits, etc. And Fendi, the big Italian fashion house, decided that she was the most stunning, graceful woman, that she could really wear trouser suits and military attire and still keep her femininity. And I just found that quite an interesting concept. And how do you relate to that? Is that something that you feel is something you're interested in?
Yeah, so in my blog for the woman who writes her own script, I talk about the demands of the modern woman, the doting mother, the attractive girlfriend, the caring wife, and all these roles and all the hats that we have to play, and what do we wear for each occasion. And I think the royals always get it right. I personally idolise Princess Kate Middleton. I think she's just so demure, and her statement clothes always suit her complexion and colour palette, and she looks like a princess. So I think she is an idol as well. And obviously Princess Anne, it must be hard to combine with the military task and to remain feminine, but it is all about shape with femininity. So a fit and flare skirt, and also with the trousers high-waisted with a nice belt, and like a ruffled blouse is always nice.
And Rebecca, what do you think is the fashion trends for 2024? What do you predict?
So what I predict is there will be more into, when we get into sort of Q2, so more into March to May, I think we'll see more kind of so those trousers that are have patterns on the patterned culottes basically, and plain tops and blazers. I think we're done with the double-breasted 80s blazers. I think people are just sick of them for work and occasion wear.
And I know it's your birthday week, isn't it, young lady?
Well, I'm such a diva. I'm 21 years young, but I say to people, with the beauty of Botox these days, I'll never have to age.
Oh, that's so funny.
The sun pros of being a woman.
Rebecca, what do you perceive as sort of like dressing up? Let's say going out for the evening. Are you a sort of beautiful dress woman, or trouser suits, or a combination?
Yeah, so I think personally for women, it's hard to get it right because some people say like, you know, statement cat eye with the makeup has to go with, you know, dramatic colours. But you know, when I dress up, I always think what colours suit me. So that's why Passage to Poise Services offer a colour consultancy. I'm a warm spring, but I always used to think that I suit dramatic pillar box red. I actually suit an orange red. So the point is, yeah, when you're dressing up, you need to know what suits your complexion, what suits your figure, and I think you can't go wrong with a little black dress, as everyone can, but you can dress up or dress down.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Find it so interesting, and I think everyone's going to look you up, which is great.
Absolutely. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a good birthday week, and we will see you again. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Bye now. And now we have the wonderful Philip Sykes of the British School of Excellence, and he's in Qatar today. So, globe-trotting,
hey,
Philip. How are you?
Hello, Helena and Ian. How are you both?
Good, good. Always very happy to see you, and in such a beautiful location.
And I understand we've just been talking that you're opening up a version of the British School of Excellence in Qatar now as well. So well done. Tell us about it.
It is the most wonderful opportunity. I was contacted in October, November last year by a gentleman who's got the foresight to open up the British School of Excellence here in Qatar. There are many, many people, not only Qataris, but a lot of expats here in Qatar. And I arrived here on Saturday, and we've been working with a team here, ready to launch the first classes in May. And for any of you who have not been to Qatar, this is one incredible country, beautiful people, it's clean, it's just extraordinary. I've got the beach here to my right, and I could honestly be any tropical island in the world, and it is very special.
Sounds absolutely beautiful, so beautiful. So as we know that King Charles has his cancer diagnosis, and the royal family at the moment are in a state of flux, it's quite fragile. What would you do? What great advice would you give King Charles and the royal family with reference to how to deal with things?
Helena, that's a really very, very serious question. We obviously are sending huge sympathy to King Charles. I think one of the most important things right now is really to, I think, be positive, and it doesn't mean we ignore the actual reality of what one is facing or suppress your feelings. It's about finding ways to cope with the situation really constructively and seeking joy and gratitude where you can, and allowing oneself to feel and express sort of a range of emotions, and engage in activities that really bring happiness, relaxation, be it reading a book or listening to music. I know King Charles loves his gardens and walking around and, you know, spending time with loved ones. And from a public point of view, I think everyone should just calm down and leave the royal family in peace. Let them be, let them deal with this journey. It's not a quick fix, a speedy recovery. Unfortunately, this is about nurturing. It's about listening to your doctors and doing what you're told, basically.
Do you think, in reality, that perhaps too much has been said already, because this is very unusual for any royal statement of illness? It's never really happened in the past. What do you think? Have they made a mistake, or do you think this is modern day royal family?
That's an exceptional question, Ian. It could be leaning to modern day royal family. Having said that, I personally don't believe we should involve ourselves in other people's business, especially you know, the monarchy, who are tend to be very private, and I know they've opened up a lot more over the years. It's very much a more modern outlook, but I do believe they should just be left to deal with this accordingly. And the press, as we all know, it blows things out of the water, and sometimes we don't know whether they are exaggerating or if they're playing it down or whatever it is. But the thing is, just to possibly, if they want to share this with the public, is find a well-renowned, spokesman from the household to let everyone know that things are moving in a certain direction, and we'll keep you posted.
I think everybody wants to know, don't they? I mean, the media's, everyone's wanting a little bit of the royal family at the moment. So I think quite a bit has been given. I think Rishi Sunak was coming out with, has given the recent update, which sort of suggests that it's been caught in time, which is great news. I know that you're always giving great training to people, and how do you teach people to sort of get the most out of their clients, as in client potential?
That's firstly the most important thing is learning to be a great listener, and I mean listen to understand, not necessarily to initially respond. You will respond. That is fundamental. We need to understand their goals. We need to understand their needs. We need to understand their pain points. We need to really focus on communicating effectively. So in other words, maintaining a very transparent communication with your clients. Keep them informed about the project step by step. I think what happens with a lot of organizations, people hold back or they don't open up, even if something's not going according to plan. Communication will always serve you, whether it's good or bad. At least you keep your client informed of the situation, and hopefully they can be sympathetic to that. They might even join forces to help you on that, to help maybe solve a challenge. It is absolutely important. We need to provide value. For me, it's about the solution that we can address our clients' needs and provide sort of very strong, tangible sort of values. And everything about this journey is about that building trust. One of the most important things that I'm very focused on is we have a program at our organization called Hospitality Intelligence. Now, one might immediately spring to mind where that is immediately focused on restaurants and hotels, but every organization should be delivering hospitality in their journey, making the client feel very welcome and very, very valued. And this is something, it's not business to business, it's not business to customer, this is H2H, it's human to human. So we need to build that trust. So I could keep going on this. I mean, there are many other valuable bits of information and input that I can share, real tools. These are not tips or tricks. These are proper tools that one can share from our organization.
And Philip, just remind us again, how can people get in contact with you?
If you go on the website, it's www.thebritishschoolofexcellence.com, and our email address is hello@thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. We have a business WhatsApp number on our website. It's open. We will respond to your messages. We will respond to your phone calls. One of our key elements, you talk about customers and clients. One of the things we are trigger happy on is making that phone call.
Thank you so much. Just one final question, which just came into my head. What do you think Qatar finds about Britain so fascinating that they're opening up a School of Excellence of yours?
From what I've gathered and understand is a lot of the UAE, the United Arab Emirates and the Arab world have always looked to Great Britain and the United Kingdom for its education and for the way they deal with things and do things. There's a strong affiliation in right across the board. As we know, horse racing is an incredible sort of thing in common. That's just one thing scratching the surface. And they really look towards the United Kingdom because they often send their children to, well, not often, they do send their children to the United Kingdom. The Arab community, as you know, here in their summer months, it hits 50, 55 degrees Celsius. They all come over to England, to London, where a lot of them have their second homes, and they spend time in the United Kingdom. So they have a very strong understanding of British culture, and they really respect that. And that's where this has really played, fortunately, into the British School of Excellence's hands.
Philip, thank you so much.
Thank you, that was great.
And we will
Lovely to see you both.
Bless you. We will see you again. We'll see you again next week.
Fantastic. Have a great rest of your day.
And you enjoy Qatar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, it's been quite an interesting show again, hasn't it? I mean, I mean, nobody was more surprised than the two of us when this
when the
shock news 6 o'clock on Monday night, and then all hell broke loose.
It did, didn't it? I mean, so many people are obviously, understandably, wanting to know more information, and I feel so sad, really, that it's happened. But this is life, isn't it? And I have to say, it does show how cancer is incredibly rife, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It really is, and we all have to just, as Philip says as well, find joy and just enjoy, all those good things in life, because there's a lot of goodness out there.
Absolutely right. Unfortunately, as always, we've run out of time. So for me, Ian Pelham-Turner.
And from me, Helena Shard.
This is ALB UK Television, the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show. Again, hopefully you've enjoyed the show this week. Please join us again next week for another great show. Bye for now.